handler body awareness, all right? Boy, things like fronts and finishes, they're so nitpicky, right? I mean, think about it. The dog has to, can't be too far to the left, can't be too far to the right. Head, spine, tail, all have to be in perfect alignment, centered to my body, weight on their front feet, right? Good boy. And they have to do this all at the end of some pretty complex behavior chains, right? So we want to give them every opportunity to be successful, right? So it's super important, sit, that I have the same expectation for myself, stay. That when I present front picture, sit, stay. Whether it's in training or in a competition, my feet are perfectly lined up. I don't have one in front of the other because that will affect my fronts. My body is not twisted or turned one way or the other. I don't move my body as my dog is coming in, right? Because my dog should not be coming into a moving target. Should be coming into a stationary target, right? And I present this picture every time. So my dog knows this is front picture, and his job when he sees this picture is to do that crazy nitpicky thing those humans ask me to do, right? Okay, Zio, front, good boy. All right, so back up, sit, wait. If my feet were not even, Zio, front. Ooh, you little beast, you almost did front. No, you're too far over to this side, which what? It's my fault, right? Back up, sit. For example, on my finish, if I finish the dog and I leave my shoulder back, and I leave my shoulder, hey, my shoulder's back, dude, get back. Seal. And my shoulder is back, then my dog should sit behind me. He's correct in doing that, right? So every once in a while, for example, in the ring, when I look at my video and my dog's sitting a bit behind me, it's always because my shoulder is back. It's never his fault. It's always my fault, right? So I have to make sure, good boy, when I finish my dog, that I straighten out my shoulder and that I'm perfectly straight and square before he sits, right? So that this way he will then also sit straight. I have to make sure that I'm doing that every time in training, right? Because if in training, every time my dog finishes, get close, I look back to make sure they're straight, then in the ring, when I finish my dog's gonna sit behind me, right? So you want to make sure that for fronts and for finishes, you are giving your dog a good target every time. Another big mistake that people make in heel position is they sometimes turn back to look at their dog, or they lean over their dog, which tends to push their dog out like this, right? So then in the ring, they sit out. And a lot of times sitting out makes their front feet curl in, and then they're not straight. So you need to make sure that you are not leaning into your dog's space in any way, right? Zaina is small. She's my girl. She's my young dog. She wants to lean out to look at my face. So I really actually, most of the time for almost 2 years with her, I would lean this way to get her to come into my space, right? So be very careful about what you do with your body, and be aware of what you do with your body when you're training your dog. And then if you're consistent all the time in training, you and your dog will be more consistent in the ring. So if you're not sure of what you're doing when you're training, you can either have a training partner give you feedback, or you can tape it. Good old modern technology. Tape it on your phone. Right, Seal? Boy, boy. Okay.